with you. Here we go.
I give up all those critters that I used to know. They don't compare, baby, I swear it's the truth.
Through with the women. I give
Up on my pimping,
girl, I swear I repent.
pent for my sinning. If that's what you want me to do,
I hope my wife listening.
hide if you want it. Go to church, get baptized if you want it. Girl, I open my eyes in the morning. Be much better for you. Hey, I can change. I can change. I can change for you. Ooh, I can change. I can change. I can change for you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what's good, everybody? Hey, what it is? What's going on? Let's get it cracking. And let me tell y'all something. I think I'm gonna do like my first review of like some technology equipment. These damn beats is out. My beats died, y'all. My beats died. My mic stopped working. I had to do something because I got to have my headphone. I got to have something going on. But I got these new beats, these wireless jokers. Hey, I think I'm gonna have to do a review on these. I love it. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, once again, it's on. Welcome to the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America channel. I am your host, and I am so glad y'all here once again. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. Let me give some shout outs. I'm excited to be with y'all tonight. Hey man, let's get it cracking. Shout man, hold up. I can't believe this. The first one? Is it you? Oh my god, it's you! Prince Akim from the kingdom of the Munda. It is you. Oh, this is the best day of my life. My brother Eric Abrams in the meeting. He the first one in the building. First one in the chat. Salute to you, sir. From the heart, man. I appreciate you. It is you. Y'all know that's my African voice there. Oh, it is you. Why you do this? I didn't know you could do this. My brother Eric, my man Big Mo. Hey, let me tell y'all something about Big Mo. Me and Big Mo go way back, like what they call it. We go way back like Cadillacs and diamonds in the back. My man Mo, we went to high school together, boy. What's that, about 25 years? Shout out to him. And he's actually a great, not a good, but a great police officer out there in Iowa representing. My man, I'm so proud of you, brother. Let me give a shout out to Just Teak. What's happening? Ronald Hot Boy, what's good? My brother who always got my six. Jason Gunn, what's happening? Mr. Shaka Zulu, I will be king. What's up to you, bro? Uh, let's see who else. Athena Osborne, what's happening? Great evening to you, sister. Linda Soto, what's up? Lyric Speaks, what's happening? Rosa Soto, what's good? CJ Gunn, Quintina Blades, Walker Mays, long name. Hey, that's what's happening. I see you. Call the live show. Hey, y'all know I've been trying to do these shows early. I really do. But it just be so much going on. I don't know, between me hanging out with my family, my wife, my baby girl, watching TV and doing work I gotta do around the house, in the house, and then I get sleepy, gotta catch a power nap. That's why I be at the 11 o'clock hour. This is what it is, y'all. Shout out to my man Lamont Ellis, big time gamer, Royal Lily, DeQuan Smith, Sylvester, what it do? Let's see, UFO Kamikaze. Said Sylvester M. Brandon Storeball, what's happening? Rex Juno, Sean Mix Man, what's happening? Shot Town up in here, that's what's up. Antoinette, Country Girl. Hey, and over here on the United Guns of America, my man Rob Bond, first one in the chat. That's not a man, is it? That's a girl. That's a lady. What's happening? Yes, I am gonna do this. I saw this and it just called out to me. When I first saw it, it was like, oh, and then I heard a word from above. My son, you must do this breakdown. Review this police footage and call out the truths. That's how I gotta do this one. Let's see. Royal Lily and Quintina and CJ on the other side of the game. Thank y'all so much. Hey, first and foremost, click that damn like button. That's the little thumbs up that look like that. Click it. Make sure you clicked it. Make sure it's good. I need that. People, if y'all don't click that thumbs up, lives are lost. There's lives on the line here, people. Save a life, click a like. All right, click that damn like button. All right, look. Uh, I just want to say this first and foremost to everybody that tunes in, everybody that checks me out. Y'all know that I'm gonna call it the way it is. I'm not gonna say, oh well, this is so these black folks, they doing it to black people all the time, this black power. I ain't that. And I ain't this. The police are always right, god damn it. If the police say it, then god damn it, I'm not that person. I'm fair, I'm consistent, and I try to see from the evidence that is presented what this is. Now, one of the things that I'm gonna say, it's warm in here. Take that hat off. I got a clean fade. I usually have to wear a hat when I don't have my fade right. This is week one, so my fade is right. Y'all see that, yo, boy? I'm telling you. What's that? That Duval say this? That dick drop off haircut. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, but look here, wife, get ready. But look here, I just want to say this. One of the things that's surprising about this is that the footage that has been released on this is an edited version. And I'm quite confused as to why that is. There is supposed to be a fully unedited version that's supposed to be released soon, but that's my girl. That's what I'm talking about. But I'm saying I don't know why they released an edited version of this footage. So that's yet to be determined. That's yet to be seen. Right. Yes. They even called it heavy edited. So I don't know what that means, but usually when you do a FOIA request, they give you what they got. Right. Instead of we getting this revised edition for theaters only, we got the the NC-17 version of this motherfucker. I don't know. But definitely I want to see the full version of this. But based on what I saw now, I saw quite an abundance of. Let me try to make sure I use the right word here. There was quite an abundance of fuckery, if you will. That's pretty much the best way to sum this up. It was a good, generous, heaping amount of fuckery in this whole thing, and it's like, when you see these type of things, it really makes you question and just say, well, what are we really doing when it just comes to, well, it's like two things that I saw here that stuck out. Just the overall law, first and foremost, and then the training of these people. These law enforcement officers, I don't know, well, I do know. It's a two-pronged thing when it comes to training. Yes, there should be more training in these situations, more strenuous training. I understand there's a police shortage and all that, but you have to have more extensive training for these law enforcement officers. And the other part to that, they need to start spending more time with their FTO. For those of you who don't know, an FTO is your field training officer. Basically, the dude that you ride with that makes not only sure that you know how to do your job, but you learn experience. It's one of those things where, I mean, a police officer can't do anything but benefit riding with an FTO. And in most cases, I know where I was the police at, you was with a different FTO. I think you did like 3 FTOs. FTO was like 90 days or something like that. And you learn how to do certain things, and they actually graded you on it. But I think they need to spend more time with their FTOs. I think a FTO should be a minimum of 8 months. In 8 months, you should know if you cut out for this shit or not, and not necessarily just spending it with one officer, but it should be a gang of officers. Yeah, you go through all your standard stuff like your report writing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you go through that stuff and you learn how to write reports. You learn how to do certain things in certain situations. You learn that. But you learn, yes, Eric, you learn the people skill portion. You learn the reaction portion of that by being out in the field. I will tell you this, most of the stuff that I learned about being the police, as weird and as crazy as it sounds, it came from me listening to my daddy. I shit you not. I learned how to carry myself out in the streets. I learned how to carry myself once I became a law enforcement officer. I learned that shit by listening to the stories of my daddy. My daddy he was a sergeant for Chicago police officer, did 30 years. Shout out to my pops, god damn it. He was a badass too. But the thing was, he talked about the job all the time to us. He talked about the calls that he would go on as a regular police officer and as a sergeant. And as he did that, the experience and the skills that he learned was by being out in the field. Yes, he knew how to do reports and all that shit. He knew how to make, the certain calls and all that. He knew that stuff. He knew the law and all of that good stuff. But the way that he reacted to being out in that field, the things he did, the decisions he made, that's what I learned. I learned that from listening to him. I learned that, everybody don't have to go to jail all the time. I learned that you have to, always be a step ahead of a motherfucker when a motherfucker's talking to you, when a person is lying to you. I learned that from him. So it's like, those are the things that a lot of young police officers don't get. And this guy here was a new police officer. He hadn't even been on, I want to say he had got on the force. They said like back in either, I want to say it was last April. It says it in here, but he's a new police officer. Yes, discretion. Learning how not to be an asshole, understanding the community that you in, the people that you deal with. A lot of times, officers don't realize that, hey man, you are here and you're working in a community. You're dealing with people and having respect for them, understanding that, hey, you locking up a man could be, detrimental not just to that man's life, but to that family's life. You locking up a man on something petty could be the worst thing in the world for that family and his kids and everybody else. But to you, it's just a simple bus. Taking that kind, not saying you let a motherfucker go all the time, but taking in the whole totality of the circumstances and the consequences behind that. A lot of times, police officers do shit, especially young ones. They do things because they're still caught up in the excitement of having that authority, and they don't understand the responsibility that comes along with it. The fact that a police officer was out on this call and he shot first, what the fuck? It's like, I don't understand, like, why you even thinking that? Why are you even thinking just because I see a motherfucker shoot a motherfucker? Hashtag Amber Geiger. Don't matter where you go, don't matter what you do, don't matter where you at. If you see a motherfucker, shoot a motherfucker. That's just the song that's playing. I don't understand that. So it's like, those are the type of things that happen, and it's because a lot of these guys got the wrong mentality, but a lot of these guys, the majority of these guys, are just not well trained, and they make dumbass mistakes that affect not just their lives, but the lives of their families and their loved ones. Shout out to the AFC. Shout out to my brother DJ Just JOK, who was doing a great show today, but I had to do mine to try to be on time. So I'm sorry I had to leave that, but shout out to him, and shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. I hope he having a good day. I know he like to watch football all day long on Sunday, so I know he chilling and having a good time. Shout out to you, bro. But I'm just saying, you have to take into account of just the lack of just, I don't know, that these police officers have. They don't understand that they're young. They are like just straight fucking cowboy. I want to be the next fucking Bruce Willis badass, or the next motherfucking what's the boy from Lethal Weapon? Not Murtaugh, but the other guy, Riggs. I want to be the next Riggs. They just thinking that way. And it's shoot first, talk shit, and get high fives and shit from my boys. That ain't what policing is. Policing is a people skill. It's about helping people, and that's it. That's one of the best things my dad always taught me. He said, the job for the police, we here to help people. Yes, we have the authority to do things. Yes, we have power. Yes, we have guns. Yes, we got a bunch of us. Yes, we got paddy wagons and shields and MP5s and all that shit. Our job is literally to help people. And it's like that. If that's first and foremost in your mind, it puts your mindset in a whole different space. Now, will you have to possibly shoot a motherfucker? Yes. Is your job to come home every night to your family? Absolutely, tootly, as Ned Flanders would say. But if you have that at the front of your mind to help a motherfucker and to give a fuck, it changes how you do the job. Yes, you're gonna run into your fucking dirt bags. Yes, you're gonna run into your assholes. Yes, you're gonna run into a majority of motherfuckers that need to go to jail. Yes. But at the forefront of your mind and what you do every day, it should be to help people. Because that changes your decision making. It changes what you do and how you do it and the way you approach your job every single day. Like being a teacher. If you going to be a teacher for the pay, you're a dumbass. But because ain't no money in education unless you sitting at the top of the food chain. You out of the classroom. If you're going into education for the money, you're dumbass. If you're not going into education to help educate the minds of the future, the young people, because you give a shit for those young people, then that's where you're wrong from the beginning. So if you're that asshole teacher that everybody hates, and I may be talking to you right now. If you're that teacher that all your kids hate your ass, and you like, yeah, well, they can hate me, goddammit. I'm gonna do what I need to do. Pass the test. If you that teacher, you probably need to reevaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it every day. And that's the same thing with being police officers. And one of the biggest things that I'm going to say about this, shout out to Mom Fur Babies. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. That's what's happening. Shout out to my brother DJ. See, boy, DJ, man, always looking out for you, boy. Appreciate you. But when you're talking about saying, hey, I'm going to be the police, you need to have that mentality at the front of your mind every day. And when you have problems like this for the people that are being served and policed by the police, when something's not right, we need to look at first and foremost changing the law. Changing the law, changing what's going on, because this is a prime example of it needs to be, you can't be scared to be the police. And that shit, if that is, if we're giving that as an excuse, if we're giving that as a reason the way you can shoot and take a motherfucking life, that's the first problem. You can't be scared to be the police, number one. And number two, if you shoot a motherfucker and it's just unjustified, your ass should go to jail. Now, if you hit a motherfucker, knock a motherfucker upside the head, that's one thing. But if you shoot and murder somebody, you take a life and it is unjustified, go to jail. Just like anybody else, it should be considered murder. Plain and simple. It shouldn't be, oh, well, you a police officer, so we understand that sometimes you sometimes you're scared and you get, no. Just like the guy who got killed, I forgot his name, but the dude that got killed, that got pulled over, he was in the expedition. He got pulled over, had his hands up on his motherfucking car. 3 other police officers around. They're getting ready to lock this motherfucker up. This motherfucking white bitch comes out of nowhere. She's standing right there, got her gun on this motherfucker. Bang! Bitch, what I do? As I fall back and I'm dead. Oh, I was scared. You right. I tell you what. You gonna be even more scared when your ass hit these bars closed for the last time when you serving this motherfucking 20-year sentence. Because your ass going to jail for murder. So it's like that's where we need to look. It wasn't Sterling. It's another dude. There's a dude that got killed on the road. He was on the highway. I'm not even on the highway. He was on the street, and they had it was a helicopter view of it. And the dude was in like a gold expedition or an explorer or something. And he had his hands up. They said he was high on something or whatever. Yeah, it was an older black cat, big motherfucker. And he had his hands up on his truck like this in full arrest position. And this bitch just like, fuck it, I'm pulling the trigger. She was sitting there and was like, I wonder if I pull this trigger, would this still work? Let me, pow! Oh, shit, it did work. Goddamn. I was scared. And yeah, you're right, Brian. She got off too. It's like, how do you, and people are upset, and I know black folks, we get mad, and we like, this is bullshit, these racist motherfuckers, let me tell y'all something. You don't change shit until you change the law. Everybody talk about what Martin Luther King did, what SCLC did, what the NAACP did, what the NBA did, what the NFL did, what the NHL did, what the NCCA did, what the SEC did. Yes, I'm just naming a bunch of sports divisions, but that's not the point. All of these groups that did shit and came together, all of these different people that got together, the civil rights movement. The civil rights movement wasn't about fucking marching. I know people are used to hearing that, seeing the videotapes of what's the show? They used to play all the civil rights shit that Mr. Jackson used to make us watch in Julian. Eyes on the prize. I know the one thing we did right
Was the day we started to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize. Oh, Lord.
Now that's a great Negro spiritual. Y'all remember that shit? That's a great Negro spiritual, and I ain't knocking it. But the thing about that whole civil rights movement, it wasn't about marching. It wasn't about the German shepherds on our asses, biting and chomping and feasting on our flesh, like the motherfuckers from Lord of the Rings. It wasn't about that. It was about making the fucking people of these states, communities, counties, and whatever else, and cities, it was about making them adhere to the law. Thurgood Marshall and all them other cats, they were using their mind by saying, hey, wait, if the law says this, then now we got some shit to take a stand on. Now we can make them do what we need to do. They started with the law first. These motherfuckers wasn't just walking up and down the streets talking about banging on pots and pans like they did for Kanika Jenkins, hoping for change. You ain't getting no change that way. You might get some change thrown at your ass, a few quarters or some shit, but you're not going to change how society reacts and what people do. You're not going to change shit until the law changes. That's it. So we have to realize that we have to change the law. Changing the law by saying, hey, you kill a motherfucker and it is unjustified, that's murder 1, show ass. Or murder 2, steal your ass. With a minimum of 15 to 20, goddammit. I mean, a minimum of 15, maximum of 25 with an L. That's what you want to fight. That's what you want to get put in the books. So a police officer be thinking, if I kill this motherfucker and ain't no gun, shit, I got to do motherfucking 20 years. Motherfuckers change their mind then it won't be. And see, here's the thing too, just like when everybody pissed off about Amber Geiger. You should be mad at Amber Geiger. You shouldn't be mad at Amber Geiger. You need to be mad at your goddamn politicians because they got that bullshit ass law in order to where even if you do get convicted, you got a bullshit ass sentence of 10 years. What kind of shit is that? All the other shit you're talking about, both of them would not have wanted her to go to jail. Even though my brother rotten, he wouldn't want her to rot. I bet you both of them like, shit, bitch, you need to be in jail. I was eating some ice cream. It was some good ass ice cream too. It was the best ice cream. It was Hudsonville. Y'all don't know about that Hudsonville ice cream. Hudsonville ice cream is fucking incredible. It's only in the Midwest, but it's incredible. That's what both of them is thinking. Bitch, I was eating my motherfucking ice cream and you just came in and shot my motherfucking ass. What the fuck? No, I ain't that nice. Don't nobody know what the fuck both of them is thinking. Both of them dead. But the law was not on our side. When you got those minimum sentences in place, then you say, hey, fuck that. Black folks get together and say, hey, police officer or not, you kill a motherfucking person. Not just a nigga. You kill a person and that motherfucker was, it found that your ass did it and it was fucking wrong, you was unjustified, minimum 20 years. Then Amber Geiger wouldn't have had a way out. She'd have been in that movie, No Way Out, with Kevin Costner, I believe. No way out. And the motherfucking lawyers would have been like, look, bitch, they say you didn't do it. You still gonna, they say they find you guilty. You still gonna do 20 minimum. And then that way you realize and say, well, that's justice. As opposed to 10. And don't y'all be surprised when she motherfucking do this moving and shaking, that shake and bake and hit your motherfuckers with a crossover, hit them with the sham god, and then her motherfucking ass get 2 or get 5 and be out in 2. Don't be mad. I'm telling y'all right now, don't be mad. They about to pimp this whole motherfucking game, and this shit gonna get nickel and dimed all the way down, and then it's gonna be up. You're gonna do two years, do 18 months, and you're out. Good time. Don't be mad. Don't be talking about, see how they do us, cause y'all let them do it, cause we ain't changing the laws. Put a mandatory sentence on there, mandatory minimum. That's what you want to do. Let's go ahead and get into this video. But first and foremost, baby, tell me something while I drink on this drink. Think about you.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Well, let me tell y'all something. If nothing else, it's worth doing this show for the drink. I'm telling y'all. If nothing else, it's worth doing. If nothing else, it's worth doing the show for the drink. I swear to God. Let me see what JJ talking about. Good times anytime you make a payment. Good times anytime you need help. Good times anytime. Where's comment at? Not getting hassled, not getting hustled. Mandatory death penalty and remove the blue wall of silence. What is the keeping your head above water, making a wave when you can.
Temporarily off.
Good times, easy creator rip off. Good times,
Scratching and surviving.
good times, hanging in the child line. Good times,
We still looking, we got it.
good times. The blue wall. Okay, so when y'all talk about what is the blue wall of silence, the blue wall of this, let me tell y'all what that shit is. It's this. It's a bunch of fucking people sticking together. It's snitches get stitches. It's the same shit that we do in the hood. That's what the blue wall is. It's a gang of motherfuckers that's sticking together, just like in the Gangster Disciples, just like in the BDs, just like the motherfucking CDLs. It's all of them, the Bloods and the Crips. It's the same goddamn thing. You have a gang of motherfuckers, a gang of people, a gang of brothers, whatever you want to call it. They are just sticking together. And here's the thing. When you want balance, when you want to make shit right, when you want to make shit better, whatever you're trying to do, you got to do that shit from the inside. Black folks, you want a better shake against police officers, then more black folks need to be the police. It's that simple. It's just that simple. More black folks need to be the police. But y'all on that dumb shit, talking about, I ain't fucking with the police, I ain't gonna be no pig. And then y'all give shit to the black folks that do become the police. Oh, you on their side, you a pig. You on the blue side. You ain't black, you blue. What the fuck kind of shit sense does that make? One of the people that I'm most proud of is my man Walker. My man Walker is a police. Is he a chief now? Yes, I believe he's a chief. One of the few black police officers. And I'm gonna tell y'all, The Chicago Fire Department, that's the last white man having job in the city. They don't do shit and they get paid an insane amount of money. And I'm not sitting there talking about, oh man, these white people in the fire department, man, they racist. They looking out for each other. They looking out for their own. And if black folks, you want the same thing, you gotta get in there and do your thing. Get in there and get your own position. Same thing in politics. Get your own area, your own community. Stop tearing the shit up so people will live there. And get yourself some power. Get yourself some political power that way. Stop hoping and wanting and a wishing and a praying for the white man to take care of all of your problems. Amber was protected by the blue wall when her chief turned this case over to the U.S. Marshal. First of all, the chief, she turned it over to the Texas Rangers. And she was smart as fuck to do so because she wasn't looking out for Amber Geiger. That police chief was looking out, the black lady. She was looking out for the department because she knew that that shooting was a shit show. And it wouldn't have been proper for her to try to investigate it herself. She turned that shit over to the Texas Rangers. Yes, that's motherfucking Chuck Norris and them. She gave the shit over to Chuck Norris and them to figure the shit out because she knew what it would do and what the fallout would be for the department. Ain't nowhere in hell your department should investigate a shooting like that. Absolutely not. When you have another resource where you can call Chuck Norris and say, hey, Chuck, hop in that motherfucking that Chevy pickup truck or that Ford pickup truck you got, ride on down here and take care of this for us and find out if this bitch did it or not, or how bad she did it. That's all it is. And it's like everything ain't about saying, oh, well, we got, that wasn't the blue wall. That was politics. That was not besmirching the department. That was, we ain't gonna let this one white bitch who shouldn't have shot this black dude tear down the whole fucking department. By us handling it, us investigating it. Now, did the Dallas Police Department do some fucked up shit? Yes, they did. Absolutely, they did. What does that come from, though? That comes from us setting policy and procedure. How come there's no policy and procedure that says, hey, once you shoot a motherfucker, you instantly get placed in motherfucking confinement, your ass is taken into custody, and your motherfucking blood is drawn to get your blood tested? You know why? Because we ain't made them make it a law. That's why. Why wouldn't that make sense? If I'm at my job and I'm driving a forklift and I knock over a keg of beer or I knock over a crate or some shit like that, you know the first thing they're going to do at my job? They're going to have me go take a drug test. Instantly. Hey, man, you got to go piss. I just knocked over a pallet full of barbecue grills. I get it. You got to go piss. Because they want to make sure that I'm not drugged. I'm not impaired. And if I am, I'm fucking fired. If I get hurt at my job, first thing they going to do, hey, Redmond, drug test, buddy. Got to go piss. We know you hurt. Go on, take yourself to the doctor, get checked out. You're going to be okay? Okay. Before you come back, within the next 24 hours, you got to go piss, sir. You don't, you're fired. They not playing. So it's like, that's the mentality, that's the set, that's the rule. That ain't, oh, we looking out for our people. No, they making sure that I'm not on no fuck shit by drug testing my ass. Because if I was high at work, there you go, Eric, that's it, ain't it? And Eric, he's in retail, he's a manager in retail, and he know, motherfucker slip and fall, what the first thing they gonna do? Send their ass, go get drug tests. I don't give a fuck, yep, I know. Go get, I hit my head. Yep, go piss in this cup. Now. My man Eric be in that motherfucking stove. He be sounding just like motherfucking what's Morgan Freeman? Sam's lean on me. He sound like Mr. Clark in that motherfucker. He be telling them motherfuckers, hey, y'all got to get over here. Sam's, come here. Get over here. You gonna kill yourself, then do an expedition. Don't be fucking around, son. That's how I swear for the Lord, I love talking to him when he be at work. He sound just like Joe Clark. I swear for the Lord, he do. But that's the rule. So it's not that Eric is an asshole. Eric is following the fucking protocol. Why don't we have that for our police? Safe for them, safe for us. Motherfucker, we paying your ass 60 grand a year. Go piss. Or turn in your badge and gun and take this motherfucking prosecution. That's it. We have to set that standard though. That's what we need to be when we at these town hall meetings and talking to the police. That's what the fuck you go march for. We want our police officers to get motherfucking drug tested after they shoot a motherfucker instantly. Ain't no 2 days later. Ain't no after you get through crying. You shoot a motherfucker, shots fired, police get there. All right, come on, Amber. Click up. Come on. You in custody. You taking your ass right down here to First General Hospital where Chandler and all them at, and you gonna piss in his cup, or we gonna draw this blood. Well, I'm so distraught. Yeah, bitch, I know, but you gonna get this blood drawn. Dr. Nick from the Simpsons, goddammit, he can draw the blood. I don't give a fuck. Your blood getting drawn and tested. That's what we do. We ain't gonna give your ass 2 days to get yourself together and then come back talking about it's police professional courtesy. God damn it, police professional courtesy is when they pull your son, they pull a motherfucker over and I say, my daddy worked for the police, and they be like, all right, we're gonna give you a warning. That's professional courtesy. Not, hey, I shot a motherfucker. Give me a couple of days before I take this drug test so I can get myself right, okay? Yeah, okay. That's not. So those are the things that we have to change. So let's go ahead and let's watch this shit, because I done ran my mouth already for 30 minutes. Let's watch this shit and we're gonna see what happens. I'm gonna point out a few things. So first, what I want to do is, you know what? I think I'm gonna play this first, and then we're gonna do the CNN part first. So yeah, second. So let's do this. Let's do this. All right, so let me frame this up. Now, first things first, our papa freaks all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those want money. Those the ones that like us. They don't get nothing but penetration. Unless this feels like, I'm sorry. First things first is you have to look at the time of the call. This is at 2:25 in the morning. That's right, the morning. All right. So 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, I get a call, and it's a, hey, unit dispatch, we going first on the scene at 2:28, and second unit arrives 2:29. Great response time. 3 minutes. Not like that motherfucker that got on that call where he was motherfucker had to shoot a motherfucker in his own house because they broke in. But 3 minute response time. Good job, police officers. And this is a wellness check on a house that they saying, hey, it's suspicious. The front door is open. It's 2:30 in the morning. I don't usually see the door open. Something could be wrong. I get it. So me and my partner, we arrive on the scene to see what the fuck is going on. Now, I pull up, get out my car, I walk up, and I'm like, hey, this shit is raggedy than a motherfucker. It's shit everywhere. And now I look here and I see this. I'm gonna be like, this motherfucking house is nasty than a motherfucker. This is some ghetto bando type shit going on. And I see the screen is broken. At worst, I'm gonna think that possibly a motherfucker is breaking and entering, or them broke in. Okay? That to me, all that shit around there, shit on the floor, I'm gonna see, hey, this is a little disheveled here. This is not how the average home looks. Unless I've been here before and know that there's some nasty motherfuckers living up in here, I'm gonna be thinking something is afoot. My spidey sense would be tingling. I would be like, this ain't how a normal house look. So I'm gonna be on a more alert, a more high alerting state. I'm gonna be like, hey, could this possibly be a breaking and entering? Could this possibly be a motherfucking home invasion? I don't know. The screen is fucked up. It's shit on the floor. I don't hear nobody. It's quiet. Granted it's 2:30 in the morning, so a motherfucker could have went on a bender. A motherfucker could be on a heroin trip and be laid out. I don't know. But the looks of this is gonna make me think something, 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 something just ain't right. I hate Keith Sweat. It just ain't right. That's what I would be thinking. So I'm already gonna be like, let me turn up my little alertness a little bit. That's what I'm doing. Walking around. Now, I got my partner here with me. So it's like, hey, you go around this way or you go this way. Let's check the perimeter out. I'm going to first secure the perimeter. Make sure there ain't a motherfucker climbing in and out of a window. Make sure there ain't no fuck shit going on. That's my first mind. I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no, hey, what the fuck? Hey, what you doing? Hey, bitch, I done told you, you ain't gonna leave me. I ain't heard none of that. So I'm like, okay. Because the thing is that this is a wellness check. Basically, what a wellness check is basically you coming up, hey, everybody cool in this motherfucker? Everybody all right? What the fuck's going on? That's what I would be doing essentially when I first arrived at this house. That would have been my first mind. The fact that I saw that this shit was disheveled, I would definitely want to establish a perimeter first because there could possibly be another entry point that could show forced entry. Didn't necessarily see it there because a dirty ass motherfucking house like this could mean that a motherfucking kid or a motherfucking dog fucked up the screen. I don't see shit pried open, so there's no sign of forced entry there. However, there could be a sign of forced entry at another entry point, i.e. a window or back door. That is why I would do a perimeter check first. Checking this door. Don't see shit going on here. Don't see shit afoot there. Locking shit. Matter of fact, this motherfucker open. Okay, I'm gonna walk around. I'm checking windows and doors. That's what I want to see first.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Now, here's where the dumbass did the dumb move. If you're doing a perimeter check, I would radio in. Yes, that's a great question, Rex. Here's where I would jump on the radio because it's a wellness check. Now, if this was a robbery in progress, if this was a home invasion, if it was some shit like that, I would approach it differently. But this is a wellness check. This could be an old lady in there that done fell in the bathtub. So I got me and my partner. Now, if I was by myself, I would have called once I saw the disheveled shit in the front door. But because I saw the disheveled shit, I wouldn't per se knock on the door first because it looked like some fuck shit could be going on. I want to establish a perimeter first. And the only reason why I want to establish that perimeter first is because I want to see if there's any signs of forced entry. Because a motherfucker could have kicked in the back door and could have a bitch at gunpoint right now, and me knocking on the door saying police could get that motherfucker killed and whoever the fuck else in there killed, and that dude could kill himself. So that's why I want to check for forced entry. Once I make that round and we good, my next move would be police, hello. It's 2:30 in the morning. Lights on in the house and everything. I'm knocking on the door trying to say, hey, it's the police. Motherfucker, acknowledge me. That's what I would do. But I wanted to check the perimeter first. Now, here's the thing with this shooting. And let me show you this because they got a little frame where they see a gun. Case in point, police came up to my house right now. All right? And they came and knocked. I got a window right here to the left of me. Police came, knocked on my window or saw me in here and shot me. If they came in this room to take pictures right now, you know what they would find? They would find a gun on my hip. They would find a gun on my desk. And they would find an AR-15 sitting right here. And you know what they would say? This black motherfucker is heavily armed. Yes, I am. However, it's not a crime to have that. It's not a crime for me to have a gun on my hip, a gun on my desk, and an AR-15 off to the right of me. There's nothing wrong with that. I am posing no threat, sitting here broadcasting to the wonderful fans of YouTube and the almighty Soto Nation. I am no threat to nobody doing that right here, regardless of the firepower that I possess. So there is no threat. You could have showed me 30 guns in this still shot, and this is why I say there's some bullshit with this footage. Because they made it a point to show this fucking footage of this picture of just a gun. Wasn't in the bitch hand, wasn't sitting there in her holster, wasn't none of that. It's just a gun in a room. It could be hers, it could be her boyfriend's, it could be anybody's. And it's okay. There is no crime in that gun. Ain't no, oh, well, should she have had that gun sitting there? Yes, I can have my gun anywhere. It could be sitting on my dining room table. It could be sitting on my stomach. God damn it, as I'm sleeping on the couch with my hands back. I'm posing no threat and I'm in my domicile. The point of them showing this, have no idea. Here's the other piece to this. You announced yourself as you were shooting. What's the fucking point in doing that? He would have been better off just shooting the bitch. And then saying, yeah, I shot a bitch. Did you announce you up? Nah, I did. Oh, it's the police. Pow! Hey, police, put your hands up. What? Hey, pow! It's police, put your hands up. That's how it goes now? No. Listen.
Show me your hands.
Show me your hands. Pow!
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands. Pow! Who the fuck can get their hands up that quick?
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Who can get their hands up that quick? Nobody. Put your hands up. Show me your hands. Pow! I'm like this. First of all, I'm not expecting the police to be at my place. Second of all, I'm not expecting them to be at my goddamn window. So even if they did come and announce themselves, I'm going to be starting to say, that's the fucking police. As soon as I see the police, my first mind is not to do this. Now, for my fellow police officers, I know y'all going to say, well, yeah, you don't know, man, because it's a fucking threat, man. You never know what's happening, man. People do all kind of shit, man. You're right. And that's why one of the first things that you should be taught, if you haven't been taught, you should know if you don't know. If you feel that you yourself are in a situation where you may be shot or may be fired upon, first thing that you need to do is what? Take cover. Not concealment, but cover. If that dude saw, because it's a fucking window, we're talking maybe what, 2 feet of width here? If that dude thought that that person in there was trying to shoot him, he had plenty of time and space to take cover. He was right by that window. He was right by. He could have easily shifted, dropped down, dove, dive roll. He could have did some Cole Riggs and Murtaugh type shit where he dove and rolled over and came up like, hey, bitch. He could have did plenty of things. Get out the way. As I forgot the dude's name that always do the video say, get off the X. What's his name? God damn it. I forgot. But get your ass out the way if you think somebody's trying to take you out. Who the fuck is shooting at the police at 2:30 in the morning? You're there on a wellness check. That's Move Bitch, Get Out the Way. It's a YouTuber. I forgot the dude, James something. He's a gun dude. Pretty knowledgeable cat too. Gun dude that James Yeager. He always says get off the X. James Yeager. But get your ass off the X if you think that that's where a motherfucker is shooting you. So it's like the fact that he thought that, why would you then say, hey, get your hands up here? If I see a motherfucker pointing a gun at me, my first thing is I'll get the fuck out the way first. If it's that close, if it's that cut and dry, if it's that quick, if it's unfolding that fast, yes. Motherfucker walking up towards me, totally different. I can give him some warnings, I can give him some commands and all that shit. Let me see your hands, motherfucker. Let me see your hands. Put your hands up. Hey, I get that. This motherfucker's in their house. It should be expected for a motherfucker to have a weapon or a gun or a shotgun or a rifle or a goddamn javelin. I don't give a damn. You should have that expectation of them having a gun. And you thinking that they shouldn't, and if they do, you get to shoot them. Your ass do need to go to jail. You don't need to be the police. You can't be that scared and being the police going on a call at 2:30 in the morning. You can't be. You know, one of the biggest ones. Let me give you a prime example. Working out in Michigan, out in Allegan County, being out there, it's a bunch of farmland out there. It's one of the biggest counties in might be the biggest county in Michigan, but one of the biggest counties in Michigan. It's a lot of farmland out there. Motherfuckers out there grow a lot of corn and shit. My mind was made up. If I ever got to chase a motherfucker, I'm not chasing no motherfucker through no cornfield. And if I'm working nights, I'm not chasing no motherfucker into no dark ass fucking forest. Do you know why I'm not doing that? Because I don't know the lay of the land like these motherfucking meth heads and shit do. And I'm not going to be chasing one of these motherfuckers and wind up either shooting the wrong person or shooting a person that I shouldn't have shot because I'm chasing them and I'm scared. Running through a goddamn 4 or 5, 10 or 30 or 40 acres of fucking corn can be quite scary with no goddamn street lights. So my mind is made up. Motherfucker get to jump on me and they take the fuck off. I'm going to let them have to have that. I can drive around the perimeter. Hope I see a motherfucker. Call for some backup. We can try to circle around a motherfucker. I'm not chasing a motherfucker through no goddamn cornfield with no 8-foot fucking stalks trying to catch me a motherfucking meth head. I'm not doing it. Right, the children, I'm not going after the children of the corn. Because when you go after the children of the corn, when you get inside that corn, they get your ass. Not doing it. What's the other movie, Signs? With all them goddamn aliens and shit out there. I'm not going out there. I'm going to stay right here. Jimmy can crack corn all the fuck he want. Because at that point, I don't care. They say, Sheriff Deputy Redmond, why didn't you chase the person who you thought to be on a warrant out into the cornfield? Because Jimmy can crack corn, Your Honor. Because I didn't care at that point. That's why I didn't chase him. And I won't chase anybody out there in them goddamn cornfields. I'm not doing it. Well, what about Jimmy? Jimmy cracked corn and I didn't care. Well, he had 4 kilos of meth. He cracked corn and I didn't care at that point. I tried to ride around. I rode around for the next 3 hours looking for him. I don't know if he lived out there or if he stayed out there. He could still be out there for all I know. I'm not going after Jimmy once he cracks the corn and heads out to the cornfield. I don't care at that point. And I'm going to tell you flat out, I'm going to be scared chasing a motherfucker through some cornfields, especially when they're not mine, especially when I didn't grow up out there. So I don't know what the fuck's out there. It could be a goddamn coyote. I can come across a fucking bear. I can come across a mountain lion. I can come across a tiger. I can come across a thundercat. I don't fucking know, but I'm not going to find out. I'm going to stay here in my car in the safety of my own space. It's warm. The heat is on. Whew, boy, that motherfucker took off, didn't he? Yep, let's go, partner. That's what we gonna do. You gonna hit Subway? Yeah, let's get some Subway, man. Give me Subway. We go. We see that motherfucker, though. I'm gonna get his ass. That's what you're gonna do because I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. Because when you are scared, you will make wrong decisions. You will do some fucked up shit. You might accidentally shoot a motherfucker. What if I'm chasing this motherfucker through this cornfield and there's actually somebody on their land actually outside taking a smoke or smoking some meth? I'm going to shoot that motherfucker? Hey, I thought he was the guy. I thought that cigarette lighter was a blowtorch. Hey, I saw the amber from the cigarette and I thought it was coming at me. I was scared. I shot him. No. Right, could be Scarecrow out there. Fuck me up, and then I'm sitting here like, goddamn, Scarecrow done got me, and now I'm going crazy. I'm out here in Gotham tearing shit up. I'm not doing it. So it's like they showed this steel frame to show or to give the idea, and here's here's where the fuckery comes into play. They're giving you this idea that this person possibly had a gun or possibly pointed a gun or this gun was just in the bedroom. Why show it? I get it that it's evidence, but why show it in the FOIA request? Why show it in the video footage? There's no point in doing it. None whatsoever. But if you're trying to spin the narrative, you're trying to control the narrative, then you would say this shit. You would put this out there. And if you're watching, click the like button, please. If you're checking this out, please click the like button. Let me know what you think. Give me your comments. And I want one more video we're going to watch. And this is the whole CNN report.
We're following tragic news out of Fort Worth, Texas. An African-American woman was shot and killed by a white police officer while she was inside her own home. This incident marks the 9th police-involved shooting in Fort Worth just this year alone. CNN's Polo Sandoval is following the story. So, Polo, what happened here?
Fred, police in Fort Worth released police body camera video almost not long after the shooting actually happened. The department said that is hoping to provide both transparent and relevant information as this investigation runs its course. But you hear from those that are essentially advocating here for the family of the woman who died. They're saying that is not.
So it's like, and that's my thing. It's like, if that was my loved one, if that was my cousin, if that was my uncle, my sister, my auntie, my mama, my brother, my whoever, I would have a problem with that. That would be my thing going on the news. You know, I want to know why the fuck did the police department put this damn video out here? I get that it's a FOIA request, but why would they put pictures of a gun that's just being there that was not in play, they can't prove was in play? Why put that in this video? Yes, it's evidence. It should be photographed and all of that. But you don't know what this gun represented. That's just like them taking a picture of all of the butcher knives in the kitchen. Yeah, well, here's the footage of the officer, and then these are still footages of 2 baseball bats, 4 knives, a pipe wrench, and a candlestick. So we're thinking it was Colonel Mustard in the library. What the fuck is this, Clue? Or is this a goddamn video FOIA request for the goddamn body cam footage? Why would they put this information in there? It's to control the narrative, to make you think, oh, well, maybe she put the gun, or she had a gun on her. Maybe she pointed a gun at her. No. You should have got your ass out the way if you thought a motherfucker was trying to shoot you. And here's my thing. What are the odds, or what is the likelihood of this young lady shooting this motherfucker? Why would she have the first mindset to shoot a person that she see in her window? That person can't do shit to her. So it's going to be real interesting to see how the fuck he spins this and tries to say, because he got to spin it. I'm telling y'all right now, get ready for the lies and for the deceit. Get ready for it. He got to spin this because she's dead. Ain't no other witnesses but this camera footage. He got to spin this and say that this bitch did something, or he thought she did something or something. It's going to come down to being to say, well, how believable is it that this woman would be shooting at this guy? And I hope she ain't got no record. I hope she ain't got no fuck shit in her record to where some shit came around where she shot somebody or had a gun on somebody or had an illegal gun. I hope that's not the case. Because anything that they can prove or show that she's a criminal is going to be in his defense. That's what they're going to try to do, just to try to get this shit off of him. So get prepared for that. That's going to be that was the beginning of the overlay for the underlay.
Not enough. They want accountability and eventually even an indictment of the police officer.
We went from a welfare check to a woman being killed by the cops.
Right. Outrage is building over the actions of a Fort Worth, Texas police officer. Saturday morning, just before 2:30 a.m., police were called to the home of 28-year-old Atatiana Jefferson.
That name is Atatiana. Atatiana. Wow.
After neighbors noticed her front door was open. Heavily edited body camera video released.
Y'all hear that? I can't. I'm trying to think. When was the last time y'all heard of heavily edited body cam footage being released? And it's like, here's the overlay for the underlay with that. So they shout out to them for releasing the footage ASAP. Because they turned that shit happened on the 12th. Today the 13th like a motherfucker. And they got this shit out. Shout out to them for doing that shit. But why add the extra footage in there? Why? So that they can try to start telling this narrative already. Already we want to tell this narrative. Let's get out in front of this thing, guys. That's what they doing.
By Fort Worth police picks up what happens next. After police peer through the front door, they walk the perimeter of the property when suddenly, police say, an officer spots someone standing near a window.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
The medical examiner identified.
And if you see in that part, it's not even like it's lights in there like the motherfucker looking for him or like she's looking for this motherfucker. It's no lights. Look, you don't see no interior lights or nothing lit up. It's just like, it's not. So it's like, man, what up, Law Dog? That's my little brother Lawrence in the chat. What's going on? Checking your big brother out. That's what's happening.
Hands up. Show me your hands.
The medical examiner.
That lady literally could have been getting up to go take a piss. She could have been high. She could have been drunk, had her some wine. She could have had her a good old time and been sitting back having her one of them brine drinks and been like, well, this drink's so good, let me go piss. And could have been getting up to go pee, and unbeknownst to her, the goddamn police officer just circled around and said, hey, put your hands on me. She like, what? Pow! You don't know what could have happened. But you do know that this officer could have definitely gotten out of the goddamn way if he felt that he was in that much of danger. Definitely.
Identified the woman who the officer shot as Jefferson. She died at the scene. James Smith says he's the concerned caller who first alerted police.
I feel guilty because had I not called the Fort Worth Police Department, my neighbor would still be alive today.
In a statement, Fort Worth.
And see, and that's the problem too. That shouldn't be where he feels that way. You should call the police when you see some shit that don't look right. It's 2:30 in the morning. I see a front door open to my neighbor's house, lights on like a motherfucker. I would call too. I'm not gonna go over there because I don't know what the fuck is going on either. But the police going over there, they should have went over there and they should have been doing what they were doing and they didn't have to think, shoot first. Robbery in progress? Very possible. Because most motherfuckers that commit robberies commit them all. Wellness check? I don't know what I got here. Old lady, old man, young girl, young boy, abandoned children. What if that would have been a kid? What if this situation was an abandoned kid? You got a 9-year-old in the house by himself. He didn't know to close the doors. He opened up the door and left the door open. Motherfucking parent off on a crack bench or some shit and you don't know, but the kid is in the house by himself. He essentially would have shot the kid. He showed a picture of the gun, though. No. He was dead fucking wrong here.
Police said their officer drew his weapon and fired the single shot.
And he didn't draw his weapon. He already had his weapon drawn. If I'm not mistaken, he had a flashlight on his weapon. Let me double check.
Because had I not called.
James Smith says,
put your hands up. Show me.
Police picks up what happens next. After police peer through the front door, they walk the perimeter of the property when suddenly, police say, an officer spots someone standing near a window.
Put your hands up. Show me your hands.
Right.
The medical examiner identified the woman who the officer shot, giving a threat. In addition to,
didn't do that.
In a statement,
so
Fort Worth police.
What he did was actually, hey, this is perfect timing. I got my police light right here. So basically, what he's doing is this: he got his light. And my battery needs to be changed. But he got his light here, and he's taking that light and he's looking around. He also has his gun drawn. Now, some people that's walking around like this, they looking or whatever, and they got their gun out. But the problem with that is, you see something, you see a threat, motherfucker, you got the advantage. And I'm going to point this out to you too. One of the reasons, and people don't know this, but one of the reasons why you have your light out, it's not just so that you can see, but it's for the person who the light is being shined on cannot see. Police officers know. Jason, Jason in the chat. Tell me if I'm lying, Jason. You take your light, and that's why police. What's the first thing niggas always say? Man, get that light out my face. We shine the light in your face so that you cannot see. So if you are trying to get a shot on me, if you are trying to pull your pistol out on me, you can't see the target. We put the light in your face on purpose. It's on purpose. Just like when you get pulled over. Shit you not. When you get pulled over, police officers always have the lights on the side of the car, right? We put the lights, listen to this. We shine the lights in your side view mirrors so that that light shines back into your face, and it not only blinds you, but it helps light up your car. You hear that? So don't think that police are putting the light in your eyes to fuck with you. They're putting the lights in your eyes to keep your ass disoriented so that if you are on some fuck shit, we have an advantage. So when you get pulled over, expect for the police to do that. They put the lights on your side view mirrors so that light, because you think about it, the side view mirrors are trained and set to your eyesight so that you can look and see directly into them and see the side of the vehicle. So they're angled at your eyes. So we put those lights on the side view mirrors so that light does what? Reflects back into not just at your eyes, but inside the vehicle as well. It lights up the car. That's why they do that. That's why when you pull a motherfucker over, you do that. When you walk up to that vehicle, you have your light out, and usually when you have your light out, you have your light up like this. You have your light up like this for two reasons. Number one, especially when you're walking through like an apartment or something like that, or you're walking through a house or you're clearing an area. You have your light up like this for two reasons. In case when you're turning a corner, if a motherfucker is at that corner, you have a defensive position already. So if a motherfucker waiting around the corner to steal on your ass, you got this up already so you can stop and block. And also your light is in a different position because if a motherfucker is in a position where they can see your ass and they want to shoot at you, they're shooting at this target as opposed to this target. It's away from the body. Motherfucker, you walk into a room, motherfucker have a light up like this, that's a target. A motherfucker is more inclined to shoot at this than they are to shoot at this because they see this first. Thank you, Jason. They will shoot the light or try to shoot the light. So at worst, you'll get shot in the hand as opposed to getting shot center mass. That's why you don't walk with your light like this. You don't be all crouched in like this. You have your light up here so you can move it wherever you're going to move it to. You're looking, where your head going, your light's going, and you're doing this. You got your gun tucked ready. This is what we call tuck ready. Here and here. That's why they do that. Your arm is up in the defensive position. So if you do cut a corner, you can hit a motherfucker. You can block off a motherfucker. If a motherfucker do get a knife or something on you, it's in your arm. Hey, goddammit. And you can still turn and do what? Discharge your firearm. Defensive position. Why his light was down here, don't know. But even when you see the lights that are on the, I don't have one either. The tactical light position where the light is on the bottom. This here is called the rail. All right, and you can attach different things. You can attach lights, lasers, or whatever to this portion here of your firearm. You got to get a holster and all that kind of stuff that can fit it, but that light will usually come down about here, and some are small and real low profile now, but at worst, it'll maybe stick out about that much. And you have a light on the bottom. Even when we were trained and taught this, even when you have your light mounted on your weapon, you always rest your finger all on the slide. You rest your finger here. You do not keep your finger on the trigger unless you are ready to shoot. Because even if you startle, you ain't on the trigger. So you won't jump and pull the trigger. So you can use your weapon mounted, your light mounted, your weapon with the light mounted on it. And you can scan with that. You sure can, because you can't hold the gun up here and do it. But hey, you're doing that and you're scanning. However, you keep your finger off the trigger. That's all it is. So it's like when you're thinking about that, that's a training thing. Yes. That's a tactical thing. That's tactical knowledge that you're supposed to have, that you're supposed to know. You supposed to have a motherfucker say, hey, you a FTO, you take a motherfucker on the house and say, hey, sweep this house. And you watch what he doing and watch how he doing and say, no, you don't hold your light there, son. You hold your light here. You got a weapon mounted light, you keep it here, but you keep yourself tucked ready and you put your light up. Sometimes you even motherfuckers will even have their light up and they'll keep it covered. Or they'll flash the light. Boom, hit a room, hit the light, take it off. Motherfuckers have done that. Motherfucker had that light on, go in that room, look, click that light right back off, take their finger off of where it's pressure point. People do that. Even with my gun. Yes. This is the advantages of having a badass motherfucking AR-15. But my rifle, I have a pressure switch on my rifle, which is here. My light comes on, my light goes off just like that. I can be in my house and I can turn my light on or off just like that. I can click it and I double click it and there you go with the strobe effect. Hey, I'm over here. Come get me, guys. Help me, guys. Push it once though, it's on. So I can easily go into my garage, go outside. I see an area that's dark as fuck. I can light it up real quick, take that light off. Now with no lights on, this light gets extremely bright and it lights up an area real quick. So I can do that. I also don't have to necessarily use that. Right? If I think I know a motherfucker in here and I'm gonna nail me a motherfucker, I can do this. Shoot from the hip. That there's a green dot laser. Close quarter set. I can hit a motherfucker. Hey, that's shooting from the hip. I can go through, scan through a motherfucker. Bam. Turn it on off. If I know I got motherfuckers to knock down, that's what I'm doing. So it's a lot of different things that you have to look at and that you can say, well, hey, this is what I need to do. This is the situation that I'm in. And I'm going to, adjust myself accordingly so I can do that. Because you do have to, yes, Jason, you do have to be careful with your light. Your light helps you see, but it also helps them see. So it's a tool to be used sparingly. It's a tool to be used tactically. Wait, what does the green light do again? The green light is quick target acquisition, just like a red dot, but it's a little bit faster. So it's like when you ever see them movies where they got the red beams. You ever seen a red beam, Rex? A red beam, this is a laser. This is all that is. It's a green laser. Let me see if I can get it in the camera. And it just shines like that. And it shines far shit away. It shines very far. But I have it sighted at like a predator. There you go, like predator. Same thing. It's for very, very quick target acquisition. Yes, I have it sighted for close quarters. So wherever I point this motherfucker and pull this trigger, that's where that bullet's gonna go. I'm not playing. That's right. I'm not playing, Rodrigo. I'm not playing. I'm ready. Let shit go. I'm telling you like right now. Let shit hit the fan. Let there be a collapse in society or some shit like that. Motherfuckers ain't coming to ransack here. They ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna be ready. That's it. I'm ready for them. Don't come knocking here talking about we want water. Don't come here talking about we want food. This is gonna be a long time, brother, before you get in here. I ain't saying I'm gonna be invincible, but I ain't gonna be no easy win neither, nigga. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't no easy win. Don't let the smile fool you. I'm a tooth chipper. I'll tell you. Believe that. I got this. Don't let the smile fool you. I am a tooth chipper. I ain't no easy win, nigga. You walk over, but you're gonna limp back. I say you walk over, but you limp back. Okay? But that's my thing. And it's like when you're talking about this guy saying now he perceived the threat, now we getting into the law piece.
Said their officer drew his weapon and fired the single shot after, quote, perceiving a threat. In addition to the body camera footage, investigators released this still photo showing a firearm inside the house. CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson cautions not to jump to any conclusions.
You're going to release the fact that she has a gun in the home as perhaps what? To suggest she had a gun and that we were perhaps fearful for our life? There's no indication where that gun was. There's no indication she had that gun. There's no indication that she should not have had the gun.
CNN has...
Exactly. And that's why I said that's that yeah, you got that nutty professor DJ. That's what's up. That's what I was saying as far as like you putting and introducing shit that is not pertinent to the footage. Not that it's not pertinent to the investigation, but it's not pertinent to the footage. There was no reason for you, because what if that gun was in the fucking basement? You gonna put a picture of that up there? That's why I said if the motherfucker shot me and took a picture of all the guns that I have in my house, a motherfucker might think that I was a goddamn terrorist. They would have been this goddamn black guy's a goddamn terrorist. He was a time bomb waiting to blow. He was a ticking time bomb, and it blew. And Officer Boyd and Warnarski, they were the ones that were just there at the wrong time, and they luckily got a shot off. No. That's why you have to keep in mind, like, even when you going into it, that's why there's a law that says the police can't just barge up in your motherfucking house. Because if a police officer just barges up in your house, they could possibly see some shit or get some shit can come about that they can see or perceive as a threat. Motherfucking police barge up in my house. I'm in my kitchen cutting some motherfucking sausage up or some shit, making some jambalaya. I turn around, the fuck you doing in my house, officer? Now I'm a threat. He had a 13-inch butcher blade. Yes. Because I'm cutting up fucking andouille sausage for my jambalaya, motherfucker. I'm supposed to have this. But I'm shot. Bang, bang. Knife in hand, sausage is cut, and rice is cooking for my jambalaya. That's my point. It's like you have to, and them introducing that shit, you don't know what she was doing. But I can tell you one thing. It was 2:30 in the morning. It's dark as shit. And there was no threat. He's perceiving. Perception, motherfucker, is just what your ass is seeing. That's not the fact. And that's where the law needs to be changed. Because if the law was changed to where it ain't just that you perceive a threat, you have to be able to acknowledge and see a threat. There has to be a threat. Then now, a motherfucker be like, wait, I can't shoot this motherfucker because I think. Let me find out and verify first. Then I can blast this motherfucker.
Requested the unedited body camera footage. A police spokesperson said nothing additional will be released at this time, and that the department, quote, shares the deep concerns of the public and is committed to completing an extremely thorough investigation. Police have not named the officer who joined the department in April of last year. In addition to requesting the unedited body camera video, we have also put in a request for the incident report and dispatch recordings where we could potentially hear the initial call for service that prompted this to begin with late Friday, early Saturday morning.
So this dude has been on the police force. So he said April of last year. So April to this April, then you got June, July, August, September, October, 5 months, 17 months. Almost a year and a half, essentially. You feel me? So it's almost a year and a half. This is a guy that's fairly new, relatively new. Now, I don't know if he's new as a police officer or just new to this department, but I would probably imagine that he's new to being a police officer to do something like that. And my thing is this: if you perceive initially from the totality of circumstances, from the totality of the information that you have, where the house looks disheveled, you got shit at the door that's all over the floor, you got the screen that's broken, then you would approach a window as though there is a threat in there, which you would not just walk dead square up to the motherfucker. You would have your back up against the house, and you would literally slice the pie, is what they call it, where you actually peer out and you actually peek in to see what the fuck is going on, as opposed to just walking around with your motherfucking light. Hey, what's going on? Hey, drop it. Pow! That's what you would have done. Here's a serious question, though. Since you was a former officer, blue wall of silence. Brian, if you see an officer make a huge mistake on the job, will you follow the wall of silence or tell? Here's my thing. If something like that, because I'm not on the police department anymore, if something like that would have happened to me, if I would have seen an officer do some fuck shit or do something that's wrong, would I testify? Yes. Yes, I would. Because at the end of the day, I get it. I get the whole thing of it being, oh, you can't go against your brothers. And I tell every motherfucking police officer, motherfucker, he was wrong. I'm doing it now. Shit. Motherfucker, you wrong, you wrong. Now, when you right, you right. That was just like the dude who was running with the cell phone in his hand. He was a dumbass, running from the police, trying to get to your grandmama house like that's go or some shit. Or Ali oxen free. You get to the house and you safe. Trying to run to your grandmama house with a fucking black object in your hand, and you turn around, motherfucker, you gonna get lit up. I'ma light your ass up. Because I'm not taking that chance. Because there's plenty of times, as you've seen in videos that I've shown, where a motherfucker do have a gun. Where a motherfucker is like, fuck that. So yes, I would tell if the motherfucker is wrong, he's wrong. If there is a reasonable doubt to say, well, this motherfucker, he saw this and thought it was that, and it makes sense, I'm going to testify to that. I would have did the same thing. I would testify to that shit. Yes. That blue wall of silence bullshit is bullshit, but you have to look at it like this. As it always is, it's us against them, it's them against us. The police ain't nothing but a game. If I'm this gang and that's cool and that's what we do, that's fine. You want to police the gang? Police the gang the right way. It shouldn't have to be where a motherfucker tell. It should be where a motherfucker investigates and collects evidence, and based on the evidence that's found, because you got to look at it like this. Even when the evidence is clear and to the point and cut and concise, when the case is sealed, a motherfucker still gonna get off because the law is on their side. Hashtag Amber Geiger. I don't give a fuck the fact that she got found guilty. I give a fuck at the fact that this bitch has gotten off and got 10 years for flat out killing a motherfucker that she said she intended to kill from the giddy up. A motherfucker that she didn't like just because he was black, because she had a problem with niggas from the get-go. When you look at this bitch's, when you look at the evidence and you see the IE or IG post that this bitch made, all of the statements that she made, all of the shit that she talked about Martin Luther King, all that shit she talked. And she didn't try to help that motherfucker. She went into the wrong motherfucker's house, shot the motherfucker, and let his ass die. And what happened? Based on the law, she got 10 years. And then she got coddled, loved on, hugged by not only the motherfucker's victim's family, but by the judge, got her hair did by the goddamn bailiff. They fucking catered to her. They pampered her. She got loved and forgiven all in the same goddamn trial that she got found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in. Do y'all understand that? When you are found guilty, that means based on the evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, you did it. And they still felt sorry for her. And the only way you can talk about the judge did this, the judge did, you know what binds the judge? Fucking the law. The fucking law is what binds the judge. Yeah, judge, you can cry with this bitch all you want, but because we got a law in place that said this bitch gotta serve 20, fuck you, bitch. You can't supersede that. That's where y'all motherfuckers gotta get this shit right at. Fuck all that. Oh, well, I feel that she did the wrong thing. What she did was so wrong, but she's forgiven. Both of them wouldn't have wanted that for her. Oh, my brother, he was up there. My brother would have wanted this. He would not have wanted her to rot, even though she's rotting. What kind of fuck shit is that? Fine, motherfucker. You want to set her free? I get it. You like you a white bitch, especially one that's in distress? Fine. Look here, judge. You want to use this to show how benevolent you are to white girls and white women so you can help all the women in the world take over the world? Fine, I get it. Bailiff, you want to do this white woman's hair like she's a fucking Barbie and you done had you a Barbie life of the dream house? I know that because of my daughter. You got a Barbie life of the dream house camper and you want to take care of her and stroke her head like you used to when you was a little girl sitting down on the bayous and on the back weeping willow woods of Mississippi. You want to do that? I get it. However, The law states if you are found guilty of this crime, it's a minimum of 20 years. And you know what that black judge would have had to say? That black bitch would have had to been like, oh, I'm so sorry, Amber, but the law says, and they got to vote on it now, because you know I let you go, girl, because I know that you going to do the work, and the Lord is going to see you through all this. But God's law don't supersede the law written by man in man's land. And you got to do 20 years. Case dismissed or case closed. Next on the docket. That's where you got to make the change at. Fuck all that hoping that the system does it right. Fix the system, changing the law. Change the law. That's what you want to do. You see a system that's working, you see some gears and shit that's rolling, and some shit don't seem right, the tension ain't right on the gear. What you do? You get a tool out, you adjust it, and then you turn it back on and see how it works. That's what you do. See the rest of this shit. It's only a few seconds left.
Warning, we should note that the police officer involved here, Fred, he has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation. We also reached out to the Fort Worth Police Officers Union for comment, and they have not immediately responded at this point.
So troubling. Was she at home by herself?
At this point, we do have various reports that there was possibly a child inside. We also have early indication that she possibly lived with mom, but was seeking some medical treatment at a hospital at the time. So at this point, we do, according to what we're hearing, and again, the story's still in its preliminary stages, there was potentially somebody else inside, but authorities have not really elaborated at this point.
Polo Sandoval, thank you so much.
Boom. That's all I'm saying, man. So it's like you have to look at it like this. It's like when we have these situations, I know you want to get treated right. I know you're talking about black people always get it wrong. They always do black folks like this. But I keep telling y'all this. Stop trying to hold court in the street and stop thinking that a fucking march and some community activists are going to fix your lives, because they're not. Black folks, y'all want better lives for black folks? All my pro-blacks, all my black folks unite, all of y'all become lawyers, become politicians. That's how you get shit changed. That's how you get shit done. You want to change something? Change the law. That's the only thing that binds man is the law. Man is bound to the law, because when you change the law, then now you actually have something that's substantial that can say, hey, this is how it goes. I understand y'all don't like it, but that's why she got 10 years. Because of the law. That's it. You want to change how shit goes? You want to change how shit is? You want to change the way life is? You want to change the way they treat you? Change the law. Change the way you behave and change the law. I was just talking with my brother George this evening before the show about just how we were talking about using the N-word, and we were talking about how people treat each other. And I said, man, one of the biggest things that we had, he agreed with me, one of the biggest problems we have is that we want people to treat us differently than we treat ourselves. That's insane. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You want somebody to treat you the way you're not even treating yourself. And one of the things he made, and it was so profound to me, one of the points he made was that it's a shame that the police, I'm more scared of being with the police, or I shouldn't be afraid of the police, because it's like I'm damned if I do and I'm damned if I don't. Either a nigga gonna get me or the police will. And the police are supposed to be the professional ones. They're supposed to be here to protect you. They're supposed to be here to do the right thing. And I said, that's where we messed up at. Do you realize that you've been conditioned to think that the police, you more surprised about a stranger that you don't know affecting you or ending your life? You more upset and concerned about that than you are about a black person, a person who looks like you, usually lives right where you live, same neighborhood, maybe across the street, maybe a few blocks over, within a 1 to 5 mile radius of you, all in the same community, you have a more expectation of being hurt by that person than you are the police. Where it used to be the other way around. It used to be where police was the, oh shit, we don't want to be fucking with them, but we know these black folks got our back. A police officer gonna hurt me before a nigga will. It used to be that way. Now it's turned the other way. You more inclined to get hurt by a nigga than you are a black person. I mean, than you are a police officer when you out in the streets. And that's what I was talking about when I was on the show when I did the call with Tommy, and that dude got on the phone after Tommy talking about that. I said my mind is conditioned to shoot black people first because that's my mentality. No, nigga, that's the reality. When I'm in a highly nigger concentrated area, yes, my mind is gonna be more geared towards having to shoot a nigga than it would be a police officer, than it would be a white person, than it would be a Mexican. If I was in a highly concentrated Mexican area, my mindset would be geared towards probably having to shoot a Mexican more so than a white person. It's the same thing. I'm more aware of my surroundings than you are. And regardless of the fact that that person looks like me, that person is a bigger threat to me. Because niggas do more to niggas than anybody else. Ain't nobody hurting niggas more than niggas right now today, right now. Right, you can talk about the KKK, you can talk about the Aryan Brotherhood all you want to, you can talk about the U.S. government, you can talk about the police, you can talk about all these other groups, and you could probably find something wrong with every last one of them. But my clear and present danger, shout out to Harrison Ford, my clear and present danger is niggas when I'm around niggas. Where I live right now, the likelihood of some niggas kicking in my door and home doing a home invasion, slim to none. Because I don't live around a bunch of niggas. That's just the fact. That's the reality of where I'm at and what I'm in. Everybody knows about black on black crime, but black folks. Well, black on black crime is a relative term because it's white on white crime too. You're right. I'm a black person. I'm more concerned about black on black crime and niggas fucking with me than I am about white people fucking with me. Because, you know why? Because white folks know how to leave people the fuck alone. That's why. White folks know how to not fuck with people. Now, are there asshole police officers that will fuck with you just because you black? Absolutely. Are there asshole police officers that are just itching to shoot a black motherfucker like an Amber Geiger? Absolutely. But there's more niggas out here trying to that'll fuck with me than it is white folks. That's the fact. That's the reality. Case in point, look at your nearest highly concentrated urban area with black folks in it. And I guarantee you will find more crime against black folks by black folks than you would police against black folks. You heard what they said. This was the 9th shooting this year of a policeman and a black woman. I did a story about the other woman in Fort Worth that shot into the car with the niggas that she was doing on the traffic stop. Dead fucking wrong. How many niggas done been shot in Fort Worth than it is today compared to how many police officers, police involved shootings in Fort Worth? It's 9. It's not even 10. I guarantee you it's been 10 niggas that done got shot, stabbed, killed, maimed, or something since then for the year. And I'm saying that to say this. We have to stop fucking up each other first before we start going after the other motherfuckers that's fucking us up. Because it's more of us dying by our own hands than it is by other races, than it is by other cultures, than it is by other people. It's more of us dying this way by our own than it is by others. Not that that's not important, but they're not the immediate danger. If I got 5 people trying to kill me, 4 of them are 180 yards away, and I got one that's 18 feet in front of me, which one should I shoot first? I would probably say the one that's 18 feet in front of me. Closest target, closest threat. Look at what happened. I want to read this. Over on the United Guns of America, Ash No Chains on Me wrote, look at what happened with the mandatory sentencing during the drug war. Now blacks are complaining that the law was too strict and unjust. We can't handle mandatory sentencing in the black community. Aha! Here's the thing with that. So you're correct as far as the mandatory sentencing, and the mandatory sentencing is okay to a degree when it comes to the crime. However, when you when you create a law that is strictly focused on and is guaranteed to lock up a certain group of people based on the color of their skin, that's the problem that we have with mandatory sentencing in the black community for drug wars. Because that drug war shit, it was a drug war, which it wasn't just a black drug war. It was a drug war. The country was at war with drugs. So that means mandatory sentencing, motherfuckers getting locked up. They should have been getting the same time that they got for an ounce of cocaine. You should have got the same time as if you had an ounce of crack rock. That was the problem. That was the bullshit in the game, and that explains the abrasion on your palm. That whole 3-strike shit that they came up with, them goddamn Clintons did, that was some fuck shit because it was all strict, harsh, mandatory. All that shit was geared towards crime that only black folks was committing. Black folks and Hispanics. I get caught with 20 keys of cocaine. I wasn't getting the same amount of time as if I got caught with 20 bags of 8 balls. That's bullshit. Crack is made from cocaine. Cocaine should have been getting the same goddamn years in mandatory sentencing as it was with crack. But you know why it wasn't? Because white folks use cocaine. Black folks cooked and rocked the shit up. It was a cheaper high. It was cheaper to do, and you got more money selling crack than you did coke, unless you moved it in volumes. So yeah, that's bullshit. It wasn't that black folks can't handle it. The shit was unjust. It was unbalanced. That's that bullshit that Clinton did, and he did it, and he fucked us, and we sat there and cheered him on while they did it because we thought he was a black president because he smoked weed, had a motherfucking played a saxophone, and got his dick sucked in the White Office. In the White House. Statistically, when we look at the numbers, blacks commit more violent crime. Yes, more blacks will get arrested, then the complaining would begin. I'm not telling you to do mandatory sentencing across the board. I'm talking about for capital crimes like fucking murder. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying, that's just like me saying, okay, if you get caught with a dime bag of weed, if you get caught with a 20 sack of marijuana, you get a mandatory 2 years. Who's more likely to get caught with a dove sack of weed? Black folks, Hispanics, or whites? That's my point. Who gets pulled over more than white folks? Blacks and Hispanics do. Black people get pulled over the most. Yes, black people commit the most crimes, but the crime and the punishment does not fit. That's my point. So when you're talking about saying setting up these laws and all that shit, that's great. But when you're talking about petty crime, when you're talking about, let's say, for instance, if I came up with a rule and said, if there was a new law, if you get caught with one blunt, you go to jail for 1 year. The one blunt, 1 year rule. How many white folks are going to be in college getting locked up with a blunt? Very few, because white people use bongs. White people use different apparatuses to smoke out of. They don't use blunts. However, what do niggas use? We use Blackwoods. We cut up Black and Mild. We cut up what's the other one that they use? Swisher Sweet. I use the grape. I use white apple. I use all that other stupid shit that they don't know what the fuck is spraying on it, but they think it tastes good. And you spray it up. You spray anything with grape, and a nigga gonna be drawn to it. Thank you. They use pop cans. They use apples. They use any goddamn things. They make a fucking bomb before they go buy a goddamn blackwood. Yeah, White Owls. And if I tell you it's illegal to have White Owls, Black and Miles, and motherfucking Swisher Sweets, who the fuck you think getting locked up? Niggas. That's what 3 strikes was. That's why in 3 strikes, here's the other part to that. I can witness this myself. Niggas in the hood was getting locked up on loitering charges just to get a strike. How about that? Because the motherfuckers created the 3 strikes law. It wasn't you get caught robbing 3 times, you go to jail. You get caught selling drugs 3 times, you go to jail. No. Your ass get motherfucking locked up and convicted 3 times for whatever the fuck it is. I don't care if it's a candy bar or it's for 10 kilos. You gone. That's the thing. And thank you for agreeing. 3 motherfucking times, your ass is out like in a goddamn game of strikeout. Your ass out the batter's box. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old hood game. Play ball. And you're going to be playing with balls in the cell block. That's all it was. So what I'm saying as far as changing the law, I'm talking about when you're talking about major crimes. When you're talking, that's just like if you're having a problem in the hood where in a neighborhood, period, where there's been an uptick in rapes. You just saying, okay, if your ass get convicted of rape, you get 30 years. Motherfucker, do you know how many people get called for or get accused of rape? How many people get wrongly accused and convicted of rape? That's not a black and white, just cut and dry crime. So no, I would never be for a motherfucker getting a mandatory 30 years for that. No way. Why? Because bitches lie. That's why. Well, why wouldn't you be for that? Bitches lie, Your Honor. Mr. Congressman. Hoes be lying. And I don't think a motherfucker should lose 30 years of their life off top just because a motherfucker decide to lie. No way. Now, if you want to reverse it to where if a motherfucker do that shit and they get 30 years if they get caught lying, we can talk. That's another thing too. Why don't we have a law that say if your ass lie on a motherfucker for rape, you get caught lying, you do a mandatory 20 years. You know why? Because they don't give a fuck about men. Because bitches would think twice before they try to make up that lie. Only time you'll see a rape case is when a bitch is beaten, battered, and bruised, and then got dragged into an alley and got raped. You know it's without evidence, it's undisputed evidence. We got pictures and everything. This bitch got her ass whooped and she got raped. You can see the scarring and everything. We had sperm and all that shit. Them be the motherfucking cases that you would get. It wouldn't be a bitch coming up 20 years later. I can't rape. I'm so glad now that I finally got the courage. I know it's been 24 years, but I was at this party and I was drinking and I know everyone had left this party and it was just me by myself and I was with this guy and I liked him, but I didn't think that he would do something like this to me. So we went upstairs to read some Romeo and Juliet. He wanted me to come up to his room and read, and it was 3:00 in the morning, and I like Shakespeare, okay? And I just went upstairs and we got to reading. And the next thing I know, we were drinking. And then, it was just the worst thing. He just pulled out his cock. And I didn't want to suck it at first, but he just kept telling me to and kept asking me to. And he was stroking it. And then I just said, fuck it, I sucked his cock. And then he raped me. 24 years ago, huh? Right. Hey, phone ring, bling, bling, bling. Hello? Hey, it's Bill Cosby. Hey, Bill Cosby calling. What's happening? Hey, look, I got this script I want to want you to work on with me. Oh, you want me to work on a script with you? Well, that would just be exciting. I know you just got through doing Which Way Is Up. I know, yeah, that was a great movie, by the way. Sure. You want me to come over now? Well, it's 11:45, Bill. I could probably get there in about an hour and a half because I'm all the way on the outskirts of LA, but I could probably come by. It'll be maybe like 1 o'clock. Are you at the office that late? Oh, you're at home? Oh, I'm sorry. You're not at home. Your wife's at home. You're in an apartment that you have. Oh, well, okay. I guess I could come by. Yeah, I know it's like 1 o'clock. I guess I could come by there and help you with the script, even though I don't have any experience. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can have some drinks. Cool. I'm on my way. Click. Bitch, you mean to tell me you gonna go be alone with a man at 1 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night, whatever the fuck you want to call it? You gonna be alone with a man that you don't want to fuck? Seriously? And then 20 years later, you hollering me too? Get the fuck out of here. Seriously? And never said nothing to the police, never filed a police report, went back 4-5 times, never did nothing. And that's rape? Those are the laws that we need to be getting changed, but you can't do that shit when you just sit back. Man, that's fucked up, dog. Man, dog. You live wherever you live. You got a bunch of people together. Y'all living in the same community. That's what you task your congressman with. Hey, look, I don't give a fuck what they doing in these other states. But right here, nigga, right here, we need the law to be changed. Sure, we want to help women with Me Too. If they get raped, we want something to happen to them. Great. However, bitch, you got 2 weeks to file a police report. If you ain't filed a police report in 2 weeks or in 2 months or whatever you want to, you got 30 days to file a police report on you being raped. You don't file a police report, you can forget it. Statute of limitation runs out after a year. If he did rape you and you ain't got the help, you ain't got the motherfucking mental fortitude to get yourself together to press charges, bitch, don't come talking to us 30 years later with no evidence, no motherfucking, no type of motherfucking rape kit or nothing. Don't come talking that shit some 20, 30 years later and expect us to motherfucking support this shit. No way. No fucking way. I'm sorry. There has to be a responsibility placed on these adults and these victims. There is a such thing as victim responsibility. Motherfucker, you should be obligated and should have the responsibility of at least telling when some shit happens. Plain and simple. But we can't change that shit until we change the law. That's a law. That's not just us talking about what's right and wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong, man. 3 rights make a left. Yeah, you right. But ain't shit gonna change until you bring about change through the law. Go to get up, become a lawyer. Vote for a motherfucking lawyer. Vote for a damn politician that's gonna change shit that you won't change. You want police to stop killing the motherfuckers in the streets because they scared? Come up with a can't be scared law. Hey, now I know a few years ago you could have got away with that, but this past February there was a law enacted, the can't be scared law. And because of that, they gonna probably indict you. Best thing to do would be to throw yourself on the mercy of the court and try to get this plea deal and just say you want to do these 20 years and hope you can do them at a minimum security facility. Because you ain't got no case. Not with this law in place. You can try to plead in temporary insanity or some shit, but other than that, you can forget it. So I'm just saying, I'm going to wrap this up. It's going to be like this, people. It's going to continue to happen until we take the mindset and the stand to bring about change. And it ain't going to come from marching up and down the street with a bunch of fucking signs and some pots and pans making a bunch of fucking noise. It's going to come about once we get to the law books. It's going to come about through legislation. That's how shit changes. Legislation changes shit. Not a bunch of motherfuckers crying on TV talking about this ain't right. Not a bunch of preachers up in the pulpit talking about y'all doing this to us. We ain't gonna stand for it no more. That don't change shit. All that does is give you 5 minutes of fame and some attention. That's all I gotta say about that. As my man Forrest Gump would say. Let me go ahead and give some shout outs to the people that have donated to your boy on tonight. And we gonna get on up out of here. Finish off this Sunday. Man, I think I like this 8 o'clock thing, man. I gotta start getting more consistent with my time. I'm gonna get better, y'all, with my time. I really am. Cause it seemed like the numbers did good. I got a little bit over 100 people in here. We doing all right. That's what's up. Got some donations, some people talking. If y'all got any questions or anything or some thoughts you want to go ahead and put them up in the chat while I go ahead and read this here. Let's go to activity. Activity. All right. I always read the last one just to make sure I got the last one in here, but I think I did to give a shout out to Rosalinda Sotomayor. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you so much. She hit your boy off with $10. That's what's up. Then my man, let's see who is this here. My man Michelle Cobrae sending a donation to a fellow Midwesterner. My man hit your boy off with $3. Midwesterner from 313 to 312. That's what's up. Yeah, buddy. That's that D-Town. The D. Detroit. Then I want to give a shout out to April Jones. Who? April Jones. Shout out to April Jones. Hit your boy up with $2. He said, hello, bro. Just showing some love. I appreciate it. I hope you and the fam is doing good. Tell your son I said, what's happening? I hope he's doing well. Let's see here. This is my man, Truck 433 times 5, supporting Brian. Damn it, B. That AR and that pistol. Don't fuck with Brian. Love you, brother. Love you too. Hey, man. Like I said, I ain't no easy win, nigga. He hit your boy off with $21. That's what's up. Well, a little bit over. Yeah. That's 1990. Yeah, about 20 something. It was 2072 is what I got, but it was a 93-cent free. When y'all sending them donations, send it to me as a friend so I get all of it. But thank you for your donation too, bro. I appreciate it, man. That's Truck 433. That's what's happening. Hey, look here, man. I just want to say thank you to everybody who donated. Oh, let me check the PayPal. I mean, not PayPal. That was PayPal. I'm going to check the Cash App. Let's see here. Payment for, oh, that's Quintina. Thank you so much. You hit your boy off with $5. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Hey, man, let's see who else. Oh, I don't know if I shouted him out or not, but Brassman Taker the other day, he hit me with $3 as well. But thank you so much for your donations. I appreciate that, man. Y'all all right. You can't be blocked if your name is in the chat. Just look to see what's scrolling up. If you scroll up, you can't be blocked. So no, Sarasa, you're not blocked. So I just want to say thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys for your time, your donations, your clicks, your likes. It all makes the world go round over here. I appreciate you guys so much. Shout out to my man Billy Go Gruff. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. Finally see y'all know it's hard for me to read the chat and to stay with my thoughts. I'm not good like Tommy. See, I don't know how Tommy do that shit. Tommy be motherfucking read. I don't know. That dude's mind is fucking crazy. He can read the chat, keep his thoughts going, and entertain all at the same damn time. I don't know how he do it, but that shit is crazy. He's just good at what he do. I guess my brother. That's why he the best. He do his thing. But shout out to everybody that supported the show. Shout out to Lady La. Shout out to my Princess X, my brother DJ, just JOK. Thank you, bro, for stopping through. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate you. And shout out to none other than my man, my brother from another mother, Tommy Sotomayor. I love you, bro. I hope you guys are having a good night. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I hope you learned something. I hope that this helps you, somebody, become a better version of themselves. And as always, it's always better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. I am Brian Redmond. This is the relationship rehab. Well, what you say, DJ? I almost got you set up. Oh shit! Hey y'all, it took about 2 years, but DJ Just Jay said he's getting my layout already. He said it's almost ready, so he's doing me a setup so I can have the fancy shit like he got. Like he got that whole little studio set up, and he got his scrolling stuff over here, and he got the TV screen all fancy. He doing his thing. He just updated here. So hey, hopefully he get it together and I can get rid of this or at least switch it up or something. That's what's up. But hey, I'm doing what I know. That's all I know. And what I know, I learned from my brother Tommy. So yes, this may look like his. Yes, it may sound like his. I got it from him, so I'm doing the best I can with what I get. All right. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for donating. Shout out to everybody that supported the show. Shout out to everybody that's watching this on the replay. Please click that like button. Keep it going. I appreciate you all. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you to everybody that supported the show. Thank you so much. It should be the night or the next day period. It's a good thing. Okay. All right. Let's see. Can't think, I don't see nothing else that's sticking out that I need to address. All right, if all minds are free and clear, let me give the benediction. All right. Amen. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all probably tomorrow. Cause I do. Oh yeah, I gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna be on tomorrow. We got some fuckery going on tomorrow. Definitely. Jason Gunn says wait. Now, normally I would just click the end button, but because it's Jason Gunn, I will hold up my show for this brother here. What you got to say, Jason? Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say. Type it up, brother. Do what you're gonna do. I'll stop my show for you, bro. Keep your houses clean. Right. Keep your houses clean. Your house should not be looking like a bando or looking like a trapper. Oh, he said the donation. My brother. Let me see here. Your house shouldn't be looking like that because the police could get the wrong idea. So keep your shit clean, people. God damn. Yes, indeed. Let's see here. My brother Jason hit your boy off with a donation. Let's see here. People need to start community policing again. Get to know your officers, know what they do, assist them. They will assist you and it will change. Hey, look, great point. Great point. People don't realize there used to be a time where you knew the police because they lived in your area. They grew up in your area. You knew them because you talked to the police. Police wasn't the bad guy. They wasn't the enemy. And a lot of times in a lot of areas, your police officers look like you. They need to, and I'm telling you, especially in small cities, police officers should have to live where they police. Now, I know in some major cities and big ass cities, you really can't do that, but there should be a certain percentage or something that needs to be figured out to where it used to be where you policed where you live. Straight up. So it's like that shit is like it makes such a huge difference because you not only learn the people that you live with, but you become a part of the community. So you know kids from when they was little all the way till they grown. You can see them grow up. So you know them, you know their families, you know what type of kid this is that you're dealing with because you know how they operate. You know their lifestyle, you know their living situation. You know if they're from a fucked up household or if they're from a good household, which will help in your decision making when you're talking about locking the kid up, letting the kid go, shooting the kid, beating the kid ass, whatever the case may be. All of that shit. Let me see, what'd you say, Rodriguez? Brian, are you still in law enforcement in some sort of way, like in criminal justice type work? No, I'm not, unfortunately. I am not. But yeah, it's like that's the thing. It's like you have to realize that makes a huge difference. Police officers living in certain areas or just policing in certain areas that's close to them, yes, you should have to do that. Give these police officers a certain mile radius to say, hey, this way your ass is stationed. You need to live over here if this way you gonna be. We paying your ass to be here, this way you need to live. Plain and simple. And it's like when you have people that do that, and also the people that live in their communities, start encouraging your children to grow up to be police officers. There's nothing wrong with that. Start encouraging your kids to start doing more than just dribbling a fucking basketball, passing or running with a football, or swinging a goddamn baseball bat. Encourage your kids, and you put that shit into your kids to what they're gonna be. That old thing, they can be whatever they want to be. They can be the next president. That's bullshit. Tell your kids what they gonna be. You gonna be a motherfucking doctor. You gonna be a lawyer. I tell my kid right now, my little girl right now, she told me one day she want to be a teacher. Nope. I said, you don't want to be no teacher. You want to be a doctor. You want to be a lawyer. You want to be a real estate investor. That's what you want to be. Well, I want to be a veterinarian. There you go. You can do that. Because as much as a motherfucker talk, I don't want my daughter working in no goddamn school where she got to deal with these badass fucking kids that might motherfucking do something to her, that might stress her the fuck out, and live in a fucked up, broken school system where she barely getting paid and she ain't doing shit but babysitting motherfuckers' problems. No way. I don't want that for my daughter. Now, she want to help the kids in the future, go be a doctor and come back and talk to kids and mentor kids that way. Do that shit. JBKS785. Are you a teacher in the inner city? Tell me right now if you're a teacher in the inner city. Because here's my thing. I'm not tripping on the profession. I'm tripping on the way that the profession is treated. Teachers are treated, and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm gonna tell you like this. I ain't been no teacher, but I was an instructional assistant in a school in the hood. Shout out to Anthony Overton. I was in the school in Chicago. I was in that school for 3 years. Yes, 3 years. And then I was also a computer technician in the Chicago Public Schools. Shout out to my boy Steve Matthews at ACTG. I was a computer technician that supported the Chicago Public Schools. We was in Region 1, and we did our thing. So I was around and was in that environment. Tell me that teachers ain't treated like shit. Tell me if I'm lying. Are teachers not treated like shit? Y'all are stuck in situations that you cannot control. Y'all have bullshit principals that don't do shit but get paid, and they sit up there and they put these motherfucking kids in these classrooms that are overcrowded. Y'all got all these discipline problems. Y'all don't want to do shit to these kids. They don't want to discipline them. They can't kick them out, because if they kick them out, the enrollment's going to get low. If the enrollment gets low, the funding gets low from the state and from the federal government. They lose money. If they lose money, they lose positions. And then what? You got a bunch of motherfucking teachers dealing with a handful of teachers dealing with a bunch of kids that they can't teach, and all they doing is just literally babysitting. I'm coming to school, I'm trying to teach, but I'm really just trying to keep these kids from fucking each other up and fucking up myself. Tell me if I'm lying. And the pay fucking sucks. Teachers go to school, and I'm just talking about a teacher that goes out and gets their basic. I got my 4-year degree in education, and now I'm going into this school. You gonna get, if you working in the motherfucking inner city, if you working for Chicago Public Schools, for a fact, your ass gonna be making about maybe $40,000 a year, and you got a fucking pile of fucking student loans that you're trying to pay back. And the only thing that the reason why most of these teachers are in the inner city public schools, because they get a fucking kickback or some type of leniency or some type of program that helps them with their student loans, because they teaching in the inner city. Stop me if I'm lying. And you could very well, Wesley, you could be not a good teacher, a great teacher. But how the fuck can you teach 40 kids? You got 38 motherfucking kids in the classroom. 8 of them are fucking social problems. How the fuck can you teach them kids? Look at that. $75,000 in student loans. I'm telling you, how can you do it? You set up to lose. You don't see no principals going into these motherfucking classrooms teaching and helping with these kids. And a principal is the most educated motherfucker in the school. Supposed to be. They should be able to run any classroom, teach on any level. You don't see them motherfucking principals saying, well, look, y'all give me all the bad kids, and I'll take them in one class, and give me all the bad kids on this level. You take them to vice principal, you take them in this class, and we do what we can. Meanwhile, the teachers, y'all try to teach the greater good of the kids and get them straight. They don't do that shit. Them motherfucking principals be coming up in there dressed sharp as shit. Brothers too. And the sisters, they got their Louis bags and all that shit, because they getting that motherfucking 6 figures, if not damn near 6 figures, in a raggedy ass motherfucking school, getting paid, books old as fuck. Teachers ain't got no supplies unless they buying them themselves. And what they doing? Well, we just doing our best. Teachers have a few fucking luncheons, give some motherfucking jobs to a few parents to keep their ass cool so they'll vote them in and keep them in there for the local school council, making them happy, giving them a little scraps and a little crumbs, and that's it. Meanwhile, day in and day out, the teachers getting stressed out, dealing with all these fucking problems, and motherfuckers wondering why the scores are low. Don't get me started on Chicago public schools. I'm telling you. I know how they do these motherfucking teachers in these schools in these motherfucking inner cities. I know how they do y'all. I'm telling you. So it's like they putting y'all in, they setting you up to fail. And I'm gonna tell you like this. The main reason why these teachers stay, the main reason why these teachers keep doing it, why they get up day in and day out, why they keep going day in and day out, why they give it 110%, they give it they all until they get into their late 50s and they break and they just say, fuck it, I just want to retire now. The reason why they keep doing it is because they actually give a shit. They actually care. They actually have a passion for the young minds of the future. They actually want the kids to fucking learn. They want to see the kids win. They want to help these kids. Even these young white teachers that come into the inner cities to help these struggling niggas, half of them want these kids to win. That's why they endure it. And the fucking system knows that. And that's why they think, yeah, they can strike now, but they ain't going nowhere. Yeah, they can complain and bitch and moan, but they'll buy the supplies that they need. How the fuck is it that teachers are buying their school supplies to educate the kids? What the fuck we paying taxes for? And in a lot of cases, CJ Gunn, you are correct. A lot of them care about them kids more than their own fucking parents do. Don't get me started on them motherfucking kid cases and the shit I've seen in my short stint of being in that school system, how those kids are living their lives. It would make you cry. I know because I've done it my damn self. I've shedded plenty of tears for them kids that's been in these school systems coming from fucked up homes. That's a whole nother story. I don't even want to get into that rant. I don't want to get into it, but I'm just telling you, my daughter, fuck being a teacher. Tell you that right now. Tell you that right now. She can go be a psychologist or some shit. Psychiatrist. She can help them crazy motherfuckers, but she gonna be getting damn near 6 figures when she do it. She go get her PhD, then take your ass into school. Get at the top of that motherfucking that food chain and that pay scale. Teachers living damn near hand to mouth, and then they can't even miss a goddamn check. Or some shit getting cut off. Because they making 38 grand a year. Fuck out of here. Why you got a principal making 100, vice principal making motherfucking 95, and these motherfuckers, everybody else, then it dropped down to motherfucking pennies. Boy, please. And they ain't doing shit but sitting up in their offices, talking with their motherfucking assistants and their secretaries, and everybody kissing their ass. And the only thing they trying to do is not to get on TV. Boy, please, don't get me started. Let me get out of here. Hey, y'all. Peace. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And if y'all want to have a discussion about these kids in these schools, we can do that. Give me a motherfucking topic. We talk about these motherfuckers in these schools. Send me an email, goddammit. Real talk. I love you. Look at Jason, boy. You ain't shit. He says that's my overtime for the year. Hey, I love you guys. I'm out. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. Thanks everybody that came through. Y'all have a great night.